to imagine naked readers, all of them knock-kneed, slack-cheeked, all of their bellies red-marked by the elastic band of clearly unfashionable underpants. There's nothing dirty about these readers, no garter belts, nothing shaved or slippery. They're almost genderless with their slouching and their leg hair like grandparents. We're talking zero augmentation, every falsie in a pile somewhere unseen. Here's what I mean. I need you to be the boy in 4th grade who campaigned for Mondale. I need you to have big teeth, mildew between the tiles in your shower sometimes. Can you lick your plate? For me, and I'm really asking, can you admit you hate the taste of wine? If so, if you can agree to my terms, if all of us, me and readers, you, figuratively naked, lumpy, buck-toothed geeks, can stand at the altar and say, we are, in some small way, in bed, I will let you keep your glad rags on. When we are together in the world, on a train, online at the bank, at table with the other china cups, I will let you wear your water bra, your fancy socks. You can put your hand over your mouth when you laugh. You can talk about Foucault. The thing is, now I'll know. When we are here, the day rinsed clean and resting in the silent sink, I'll be the lover who waits between the shabby sheets, the one in front of whom you disrobe with the lights on. And I'll be naked too. I do. Report from a frozen planet. 4 days now, black slick. Cars groan and slip. How many pink bits ripped? We wrap and wrap so the breath stays in. Still the damp scarf hardens at the mouth. Plastic at the glass saves heat. Each blurred face at the door, a stranger. When we walk from the library, our words wool puffs in front. What you say is sucked away or turns to ice in my ears. The day is like a metal rod to the head, a whiteout, and every beetle, every red rot root is dead. My little alien, you think this is beautiful, this nothingness, but I'm telling you it takes bad turns. We should be eating fat and sleeping in the blue cave, sliding only on our bellies. We should be keeping each other warm like eggs between the feet, our oiled mothers overhead or our huddled fathers while we wait peep-eyed for beaks of fish. Instead, we crash. We get restless and insist on heading out into parts unplowed, into the blind suck of winter, where we need a wire to go from cowshed to corn crib. A thin line that breaks off occasionally, leaving one of us to live out the night in a hole beneath the snow where we eat the Christmas candy to survive. The babies wake the next morning without peppermints, without parents, and no one to tell them how many more weeks until spring, no one to tell them anything. They burn up the wood, the furniture, the blankets. They do not know the first rule of this disaster, stillness. When they come looking for us, naked and addled, when they, like the children at Pompeii, take their stony poses, we will have no one but ourselves to blame. This one has a little bit of It's a Wonderful Life in it, so it's a Christmas poem. It's called Wrong Town Somehow. Striking out in the dark, I'm struck. Along the side of the road sit boxes lit with lives, and in each someone I don't know but still somehow recognize, despite my speed, waits for the oil in the pan to heat, smokes a cigarette, watches Fox News. Oh, thank you, woman in a cardigan, for never drawing the curtains. I love your cuckoo clock. I love the curlers in your hair. To know you are there is both frightening and sweet. If I stopped, would you shake another camel from the pack? Would you sear some meat for me? More likely, you would greet me as Jimmy Stewart's mother meets him at the door in Pottersville, pallid, impatient with my plea for love, my drunk uncle long locked up and my sad face unfamiliar and maddening. A nervous librarian, my discarded wife, you would run from me through the trigger-happy streets, screaming. I would never kiss you, having once dismissed you in my haste to lay waste my whole beleaguered life. Or might you be the angel my despair saves from drowning? Might we dry our wet clothes by your wood stove? Might I help you win, oh glowing, grounded friend, your wings? It's good. All right, this one's called The C Word, but it's still a Christmas poem. It's not that C word, it's a different one. All right, I learned the language of my grandmother's church. He maketh me to lie down, the liturgy, who may receive bread and who may not. Kneeling at the right time, knees on the roll of red plush, head down. Like at school when we'd been naughty. One ear pressed to the desk, I heard kitchen noise muffled through the floor, ladies in hairnets somewhere below us clattering the pans. This is called repentance. Always before turkey, we were made to go, sometimes before ham, and we went once after cancer to the midnight mass. I recall for an instant wanting my mother to drink the holy water. I recall the choir in their heavy robes lining the balcony above and behind us as the faithful shuffled forward for their wine and wafers. The rhythm of chant and hush, the crisp synchrony of the singing, the way even when it swelled to a size that frightened me, the song seemed controlled, all the voices lifting and falling at once, no shortage, no excess, even in ecstasy. There was no comfort in this for me. I can't speak for my mother. No comfort in the Mass or the stained glass pictures of Jesus' bleeding hands, the drops rendered in overripe red. No matter how many honey-brown thorns ringed his head, I did not believe he could save us. I could not put down the fear I carried, even for a second. I could not believe in anything but that my mother, head bowed beside me, would die. I recall near the end, before we broke away from the exodus and wobbled in our big coats through the cold night to the car, where we would not speak, where we would not look at each other. The moment in the service where the priest asked that we shake hands with many neighbors. May the Lord be with you, and also with you. My hand in the calloused hand of a very old man, in the cool, powdery hand of a middle-aged woman in an orange wig, the sweaty hand of a boy my age. May the Lord be with you, and also with you. And I cannot really say why I cried as I shook and shook these many neighbors' hands, except that this is called communion. So this last one is called Advent. And this is about, I think, how you sort of always expect Christmas to be this really exciting, fulfilling, satisfying, romantic event. And it sometimes isn't. So this is called Advent. The twinkles are sprinkled. The tree, like an umbrella of crinkly bits, pushed open. Its wobbly top scrapes the paper ceiling whenever we tiptoe. There's a garland of gumdrops, here and there a lace flake, a pearly globe. I don't know if this is Christmas, but we feel filled with tinsel, which is both shiny and scissor sharp. Mornings we add a felt star or a silken bugle to the chart on the wall, obscuring each dark day before it passes. We wait for the grainy cartoon train, for the crayon heart that grows too large, for angel voices, hoof noise. We would settle even for finding ourselves stranded and with child, lowing, and the smell of hay. We wait for that day and punish each other for failing to be elfin, perpetually festive, not one of us a wise man. Still, we do what we can. In each package, I have hidden the thing I wish you'd wish for: a razor, a scarf, a bird-shaped kite. If I stare at the tree and squint my eyes, the whole room fills with light.